still do hauls in the future. I really love sharing my new treasures with you, but maybe I will also include some casual, recently read videos with personal ratings. For the ratings, I chose a few categories that are important to me personally. They are very subjective, but maybe they will give you an idea of whether you might enjoy these manga as well. I would honestly love to read your opinions too. Alright, let's finally start with the first manga. Once a year, we are blessed with a new volume of zombie-eyed sex, usually at the very beginning of the year, and I'm always actively waiting for it to release. I really love the mix of genres and the setting. A zombie apocalypse combined with a dramatic love story. Count me in. I absolutely devoured the early volumes, and it's always been a highlight to start the year with. This is now the 6th volume, and unfortunately I feel like it loses a bit of its original charm. Yes, there are still zombies, action, drama and romance, but things have become more complicated. There are virus mutations, immunity, more scientific talks, a larger group of characters, and overall the sense of threat feels reduced. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what's missing, but I feel less invested and less excited than I did at the beginning. Don't get me wrong, I would still recommend the series as a whole. I'm just a little disappointed with this volume, and I really hope the next one will recapture its original charm. Rating-wise, the main pairing is very cute, but the story itself is not. It's a serious drama action scenario with an interesting genre mix. The manga doesn't try to be funny or lighthearted. There is some text, but no overwhelming walls of it. The conversations are fine, not bad, not outstanding. The cover is beautiful. The art style is appealing and the characters look natural in any pose. When a new volume releases, I want to read it soon. Not instant, but very soon. Overall, were my expectations a bit higher than what I ultimately got. Yotsuya Ghost Night is a relatively new one-shot about an exorcist and how he deals with spirits and ghosts. I will be honest, I mostly bought this for the beautiful cover, but the story description also sounded weird enough to be potentially very enjoyable. The story follows Yotsuya, a young and powerful exorcist who prefers to work alone. In this universe, exorcists usually work with partners to generate power and energy, often through intimacy. And here's where it gets interesting. Yotsuya first uses his tears, but most exorcists use body fluids, specifically sperm, which is why they often work with partners. Yotsuya is uncomfortable with intimacy, but he still wants to become stronger, so he seeks help from a porn star. It was an enjoyable read, but aside from the weird premise, it was just okay for me. sure if I would reread it. There are also quite a few explicit scenes which made it hard to flip through while only showing appropriate pages. Overall, the manga is more spicy than cute. There are some fight scenes but not much tension. The idea is new and strange, and the weirdness is what makes it funny, and the story doesn't take itself very seriously. The amount of dialogue is normal, though some conversation feel a bit unnatural. The cover is gorgeous, and while the interior art is good, the quality varies slightly. I like weird concepts, and this definitely caught my curiosity. For me, it was a good read, but nothing super special. Next up is Volume 5 of BL Forever vs. No More BL, a parody centered around well-known BL tropes. The story breaks the fourth wall with a main character who knows he's trapped inside a BL world and desperately tries to avoid romantic encounters. Unfortunately for him, his brother's friend has developed a serious crush on him. Since love drama is nearly unavoidable in this world, he tries to find someone else to replace him in this dynamic, which of course is much easier said than done. As a big BL fan, I really enjoy manga not only with BL, but also manga about BL as a genre. Unlike Miyano from Sasaki and Miyano, the protagonist here actively dislikes BL, and that contrast is part of the charm. The manga is self-aware, funny, and filled with absurd yet cute side stories. My only complaint is that each volume feels a little short. The overall tone is very cute, even though the protagonist himself is rather serious and unimpressed. The clean art style enhances the cute moments, and the meta concept really keeps my interest. Because the story lies heavily on inner commentary, it's slightly text heavy, but not in a disturbing way. This is the kind of manga I would pick up when I need a mood boost, but not something I need to read immediately after buying. Aside from the length, I really enjoyed this volume, and I'm excited for the next one. The next two volumes I will treat as one since I bought and read them back to back. A small complaint first, both volumes have the exact same synopsis printed on the back, which I really dislike. If I'm buying volume 2, I already know the basic plot, and I wish publishers would tease something new instead. That aside, the series has 3 things I really love. Time travel, a murder mystery in a cover that looks like a wholesome romance. The story follows Hinata, who learns that his high school best friend was murdered, his body hidden inside a wall for a long time. His friend was a talented painter, must suggest his final painting may be connected to his death. Before Hinata can investigate further, he's attacked and wakes up before the murder ever happened. His goal is to save his friend and change the future. The problem is, he doesn't know much about the murder yet, so he has to investigate everything in the past, while constantly suspecting everyone around him. Accidents happen, suspects get injured, and it becomes clear that someone else is pulling the strings. What really surprised me is how unsettling the best friend becomes. He starts to feel almost psychopathic, to the point where I sometimes wondered if he should be stopped rather than saved. But maybe that's too obvious, I'm not sure. The protagonist is very clueless at times, which can be frustrating. Still, the cliffhangers at the end of each volume really kept me hooked. Rating-wise, the surface level dynamic between the two boys is awesome and sincere, but the story itself is quite cruel. This is not a light read at all. There's enough text to guide the story, but many emotions are shown through facial expressions rather than dialogue. The character designs and covers are cute, though some angles look not very natural. Besides my frustration with the protagonist, I really enjoyed the series and am very eager for the next volume, especially